Thanks to the support as a channel member, Adam Fitzpatrick. Boys and girls, I haven't streamed on Twitch for 3 days, and I miss it greatly. I have enjoyed some nice sleep, though, the last few nights. Very restful, but I am back on Twitch tonight, 8 PM, continuing with the Isle of Man save in the Tier 10 database that we started this time last week, and we should be finishing the first season, and we have a striker who's, I won't say this close, but certainly has the potential to do a 100-goal season. Tier 10 is nuts. Come join me on Twitch, 8 PM tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hello and welcome to part 22 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have 2 games in League 2 for you, both home games. It'll be 4 home games in a row. League 2's weird. We're playing at home against Tranmere and against Cheltenham. Since you were last with me, our form has been mixed. We were doing really well up until facing Wolves under 23s in the Papa John's Mickey Mouse Nonsense Cup, and that knocked us a little bit, and we were top of the league at that point. But then we lost to Stevenage, beat Oldham narrowly, drew against Scunthorpe, beat Crawley, and then lost against Burton. And we also managed to pick up another defeat in the Papa John's. So fingers crossed that should be that dealt with for this year. In fact, yeah, we can't qualify from that. Thank goodness gets that nonsense out of the way. So our league form is very up and down. 10 games gone. We're in 7th place, just inside the playoffs. It's a whole new world here at this level, with 3 automatic promotion spots and 4 playoff spots. Without doubt, the easiest league to get out of. But we did just lose against Burton, who were in 23rd place. So we, although it's theoretically easy to get out of, you actually have to be quite good to be able to do it. And we're not. I don't think we're a team that are going to win this league this year. The media think 8th. We're currently 7th. It seems about right. Slavy Spasov is awesome. Top scorer on 8 goals already this year. And interestingly, Bolton, rock bottom of the Football League. I mean, Adam Senior's their captain. So after 2 years on loan with us, and us deciding not to extend it, that wasn't a case of we couldn't get him. That was, we decided not to even bother trying to get him. He's gone back to Bolton and is already their captain. I think that gives you an idea of just how much Bolton are struggling. People will say, Kev, go and manage Bolton. They ain't going to be able to pay me what I'm earning here at Kettering. That is insane. Bolton are in free fall, and hopefully we can continue pushing towards these playoff spots with the top player in the division, Alfie Gilchrist, who came in to replace Senior, and he's currently averaging a 7.55 at centre-back. There's been a few people having a little bit of a whinge that he's only 5'10", and in the lower leagues you need to have big defenders. Well, I think Adam Gilchrist, we really are going down the cricket route, aren't we? We've got Shane Warne on Twitch, and now I've decided this guy's Adam Gilchrist. And Alfie Gilchrist, proving you don't need to be big to be a good defender at this level. He's only 5'10", and he's got the best average rating in the division. There's your proof. Right, let's get into this game. We are playing against Tranmere, and this is the side that's going to go out there to try and get us back to winning ways. We've got Brzezowski in goal, a back four of Dodgson, Skinner, Gilchrist and Lavinia. I realise Skinner's even shorter at 5'9". We're doing short defenders. What's the harm? We've got Hill and Benson in midfield, and then McKendy, Breckin and Stanley supporting Spasov up front. Let's kick off. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and remember between these 2 games to check that Spasov hasn't signed another contract extension with Oxford, because a couple of people have mentioned, and really I probably should have thought of this myself, but a couple of people have mentioned that we've actually got a big pile of transfer budget after selling Iqbal in the summer and not spending the budget we were given. We've got over £200,000 in our transfer budget, plus loads of wage budget. If Spasov's out of contract at the end of the year, why wait and offer him a contract in the summer and give Oxford the chance to offer him another extension like they did last year? Let's try and buy him in January. I don't know how much we could get him for, and I imagine the longer he stays as top scorer in League 2, the higher his price is going to go. But also, if his contract's running down, you never know. So we might look into trying to buy Spasov. And we've just conceded a goal here, though, at the start. Well, it's not at the start. We're actually 26 minutes into this game. It was obviously a very slow start. I feel there's a bit of offside there, maybe, but apparently not. And we find, oh, here you go. We're going to check to see if there is an offside here. Okay, he's not. It's not even particularly close. He just looked like he was. But I'll still complain about it in the post-match press conference. if we end up losing this game. We're 1 point below the Cobblers in the league, who, of course, feel the need to also play at our stadium. I wonder if the game's actually taking that into account, and Northampton are away today. Obviously, if we don't get promoted this year, the main goal is at least finish above Northampton, and show that we're the biggest team in Northampton in the 1 year that we play here before heading back to our new ground in Kettering next year. Spasov's in here. Spasov scores. It's 12 for the season now for Slavy Spasov. How different life would be with us if it wasn't for him scoring as many goals as he does. He gets us out of trouble so very often, and he's got us out of trouble again in this first half today. It is a very effective long kick from Brzezowski in goal, and proper League Two goal there, and Spasov takes it very nicely. I'm trying to... Why does latest scores not default to the league that you're playing in? That seems silly to me. I want to see if Northampton are playing at home or away. So there you go. We've managed to get it on there now. Northampton are away from home against Wimbledon today. So if we can win this game, we'll move above Northampton. At the moment, they're fourth, we're fifth. And it would be lovely to get into the automatic promotion spots at the expense of them come the end of the season. That would be perfect. Right, McKendy can come off for Whittaker. We're also going to bring Alfie Payne on in midfield, just to shore things up a little bit in there. We're going to go attacking as well, and we are going to try and win this game. So let's get this off the screen. Where did that come from? Did I press the wrong button? Let's demand more. And let's have a look down at our bench as well, because we have got both Taylor Crossdale and Fox available from the bench. Taylor Crossdale probably more likely to be a game changer. Talking of game changers, though, it's an Alfie Payne free kick, floats it in. It's causing all kind of havoc in the area, and Connor Stanley's got it in the back of the net. It's been disallowed for offside. There's not a chance Stanley's offside here. It must be someone else. If we have a look at it on the replay, Benson so it's that guy, Gilchrist. Adam! Goodness me, getting in the way. And, goodness me. Right, final change then. Let's take off Stanley. And we are going to bring on Taylor Crossdale. When we've Whittaker to that side, Taylor Crossdale can go over there. And hopefully, with three very effective goal options on the pitch now, we might be able to get a breakthrough. Let's try and fire the boys up. And Northampton losing 4-1 now. Beautiful stuff. But we've only been able to manage a draw as we continue to be just a fairly frustrating side where we're quite good sometimes and quite rubbish some other times. We're in the top half of the table in our first season in the Football League. We can't complain. We can't expect to go back to back to back. But it does, it's only human nature. It does make me think, wonder what other jobs are out there. Might have a little look. And then I remember we've got a new ground to move into next summer. I would quite like to be here for that. And I'm feeling torn. If the Peterborough job became available now, I would be all over it. Should we see what is available currently? Charlton. See, Charlton in 23rd in the Championship, Charlton. That would be interesting. Reading would be interesting. They both feel like big jumps. Relegation battles in the Championship. I don't know if I'm cut out for that at this stage of my career, but they're the only two that are available. They are both interesting jobs. I'm not going to apply for them. I'm not at that point where I'm desperate with Kettering. That's the sort of thing, if I were to be applying for stuff, that I would be applying for. And if we have too many frustrating runs of form like this one, it might see me applying for some jobs soon, because we've won only twice in our last 8 games. And there has to be a point where you think, jump before I'm pushed. As the bubble burst, let's find out against Cheltenham. Just occurred to me that I might not have told you who Mark Hill is. I think we signed him between episodes. Just introduced him in the last game as, here's Mark Hill. He's playing. He came in on a free transfer from Forfar. We signed him. I'm just checking we haven't. This is what happens when I make my transfers and then don't play the game over the weekend and then come back on Monday morning. He signed just before deadline day on a free transfer to join our midfield pack. That's who he is. Brilliant, Kev. Brilliant. And we picked up an injury to Benson between these two games. So Fox comes into the midfield to play alongside the aforementioned Hill. I'm also bringing Roos in for Connor Stanley on that right-hand side, because we've seen how well Roos can play on occasion this year. He's had a couple of very good games. a couple of very not involved at all games, but he's got 5-star potential. And there's not a lot of players at the club who are still showing 5-star potential at this point, having been at the club for as long as he has. Right, Spasov is still due to be out of contract at the end of the year. Let's ask the agent. See, we can't afford that at the moment. We've got not as much money as I thought we did. I thought we had nearly 200,000. We've got 120,000-ish. Was it nearly 200 when I played with this? Yeah, I think when I had a little play around with this, we could get it up to that kind of amount. I don't think we can afford to take that kind of risk on Spasov. I mean, it's probably not even a risk. We've seen how many goals he's scored. You bring him in for 500,000 and you sell him on for even more further down the line. Oh, there you go. We've alerted other potentially interested teams by talking to the agent. That might be a mistake. I think even if someone buys him, we've got him for the year. Although thinking about it now, I think he might leave in January if someone else buys him. We might have to buy him in January. What I would expect to happen, and often happens in Football Manager in these kind of situations, just to upset me, a Bulgarian team will come in and offer him a pre-contract in January. And because we can't do it yet, he'll agree to go back there, even though we would sign him if we were able to offer the pre-contract. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that happen. Or an MLS team or someone. It always seems to be an MLS team comes in and offers pre-contracts for English lower league players who ordinarily I'd want to sign. It happened to us quite a lot on Twitch last year in our save that we did on there with home. Right, Lavinia with the cross finds McKendy. How many times have we seen Jeremy McKendy score that exact goal? He is such an aerial threat coming in off the wings, and it's only his second goal this season, but he scored that exact goal multiple times last year, and it puts us 1-0 up over another relegation threatened side in the shape of Cheltenham. They're down in 23rd place, I think. Yeah, 23rd place. It's a game we absolutely should be winning. It's also... it's a very weird division here in League Two because we're in this rough run of form. And as it stands at the moment, we're back up into third place. It's only really Wimbledon who are getting any kind of consistent form together, which is why they're clear at the top of the league. Everybody else, and I have memories of League Two being like this every year. Everyone kind of beats everybody else, and you don't actually have to go on winning runs to get promoted from this league. You just have to roughly average more wins than the other teams around you. And McKendy's made it 2-0 here. He seems he's up for it today, and it's the same goal again. This time he's used his foot rather than his head, but it's a cross in from the right-hand side, him cutting in off the left and just knocking it in first time. We call that the McKendy special, and he does it all the time, and it's beautiful. So 2-0 to us, 35 minutes gone. Certainly feeling a lot better now than I was feeling during that last game, because we're looking pretty comfortable now. The clouds are moving fast there. My word. And we'll tell the boys that we are happy with how things are going. What is this weird little arrangement? It looks like there's a park in the corner there, but they forgot to put the grass in. But a weird little pavement arrangement with a nice bin and a couple of nice benches. You don't get a lot of that in a football ground, do you? But looking at it, it looks like that is the other side of the wall behind there. We've not got it at this end. My assistant manager's telling me to take off Gilchrist because he's about to get suspended. That doesn't feel like a reason to take him off to me. Fox with the shot from range, and it goes wide. Maybe my assistant manager was right all along about Fox, and he should be a right back. I keep forcing him in midfield, and he doesn't really ever play well there. Talking of not playing well, Spasov's had a poor game today, so Taylor Crossdale getting to make a fairly rare appearance for us up front this year, and Alfie Payne coming in midfield as well, as we get two of the Channel legends back involved. It's a big long throw from Dodgson, who's looking for McKendy, who's on a hat-trick. But McKendy does go to challenge the keeper, but doesn't end up coming away with the ball. And Gilchrist showing his 5'10" aerial dominance there to clear the ball from the resultant goal kick. It is still Cheltenham who are on the attack, though, as they look to work through a chance. Gilchrist dominant in the air again. Who needs to be tall? He can obviously jump really high. I remember as a Peterborough fan, years back now, when Aaron McLean was part of our excellent front line of McLean, Mikhail Smith and George Boyd. Aaron McLean used to almost play as a target man at times and was great in the air because he could leap like a salmon. But I imagine there's not a chance he was close to 6 foot tall. But you don't always have to be. I need to look up how tall Aaron McLean is now. We've had this before where I've talked about heights of former posh players and had the club getting involved because our former goalkeeper, Mark Tyler, apparently is 6 foot and I'm convinced he's not. I think McLean's got to be shorter than him. But this is where the club get involved and say, apparently Aaron McLean is 6'5". Oh, I've stood next to that man. There's not a chance. Not a chance he's any more than about 5'9". I wonder if he must still be in the database as a coach. I might look him up after this game. This is top quality non-league to legend content here. Me speculating on the height of a player not involved in the save who has retired. I still need to know how tall he is. Taylor Crossdale, down the left-hand side. Let me know down in the comments how tall is Aaron McLean, because I'm not going to look him up in the video. I think at that point I get YouTube on the phone asking me what on earth I'm up to. Right, May, trying to get an attack moving for Cheltenham as we have been quite sloppy in this second half, almost as if our manager has just been talking about unrelated things and not really paying attention to the match. It's kind of been the definition of getting complacent in this second half, which I'm always telling the boys not to do, and I've absolutely done it myself here. I've considered this game won and not really watched it, and we are going to try and make a change here because I'm being screamed and shouted at by my assistant manager at McKendy. I'm not going to bring Longalo on for him. What I'm actually going to do is take off Breckin and bring on Finnegan and make that change in there because Finnegan actually started the season as our attacking midfielder. But then as more midfielders have arrived at the club and Benson got fit, he's kind of lost his spot. But he was looking quite promising early on. Brzezowski has got his head in his hands there, and rightly so, because all of a sudden, after what has been a very comfortable game up until this point, we've got the final 15 minutes with only a 1-goal advantage against a team in the relegation zone. I mean, Brzezowski's not used his hands there. He saved that with his shins. You're allowed to use your hands. Use your hands. You're a goalkeeper. I'm demanding more at 2-1 up, which I never demand more when I'm winning. I hope it doesn't get received poorly. But I just feel like we've been really poor in this second half. McKendy playing it across to Roos. Both of them have been quiet in this second half. Taylor Crossdale tries to get a shot away. We know he can hit a screamer from there on occasion. It falls to Fox. Fox back to Payne, who just dinks it over the top to Lavinia, who's in a crossing position. McKendy's there, and he's hit the crossbar. Very close to a hat-trick for McKendy, but the move still goes. It ended up back with Lavinia, and then everything did wind down. So as it stands, back up to 4th place, still a point behind Northampton, which is a situation we're going to have to deal with soon because I can't handle being below them in the table. But it looks like we have managed to creep towards a victory there. I mean, it wasn't convincing in any way, was it? That's how we played against a team second bottom. I still feel like promotion is a bit of a long shot this year, even if the league suggests we are in a promotion hunt. But I think for me, it's more about beating Northampton. And with that in mind, we're going to come back tomorrow for the Northampton game away from home at our home ground. And we can also show you the FA Cup first round then as well. The most exciting day in English football. And hopefully we get an interesting tie in that one. I kind of want a little non-league side now and a chance to get through to the third round. But at the same time, I'll still always accept a money spinner away against the likes of Sunderland just to get more money into the coffers. But that's less of a concern for us now. So I'd kind of like a small club and a cup run. I think a cup run would be nice if we're not going to get promoted this year. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.